season 29's winner. Team Scott and Brooke, or is it Team Brooke and Scott?
It's Brooke and Scott.
It's Brooke and Scott. Brooke first, Scott next. How does that feel?
It doesn't feel real. Like, it feels very much like I'm watching myself on television right now, and it's very surreal. When I get the check, maybe it'll feel a little more real, but everybody's calling and my phone's going crazy, and it's very exciting. We watched on the East Coast time with Phil, who live tweeted, so we got the chance to like watch it in a quiet environment, like see how it happened, and I cried, and Scott cried, and we all cried, and everybody hugged.
Scott cried?
Obviously. Obviously we both cried. We're both criers.
But I'm an Eagle Scout, I don't cry, I'm not afraid of heights. I love your connection. I love yours and Scott's connection.
We're a disaster, but we're a disaster.
You're a beautiful disaster.
We're a beautiful disaster.
How tough was it to hide this secret?
It was tough to hide the secret. Like with my friends, I was just like, don't ask, stop asking, I'm not gonna tell you. My mother, on the other hand, is like a Jewish mom, and she will get in there and she will be like, so what was sequester like? Or like, and I'm like, stop it, Mom.
You can't ask me. Like, you can't even tell your parents. That has to be difficult.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Actually, Scott's mom is on the East Coast and called as soon as the East Coast episode was over, and she had no clue. Like, he hid everything from her, and she like lost it. She lost it.
Scott's parents are adorable. They were on Afterbuzz trying to figure out who won, so it was really cute to see like the parent side.
My brother FaceTimed me. He just wanted to talk to Phil. He's like a huge fan. This was a really cool night. Like, it was a very cool experience.
You and Scott were both super fans of this show. You had been watching it for a very, very long time. So describe the feeling. What is it like to get on the show and to actually win? Did you really believe in your heart that this would happen?
Yes and no. I mean, I applied 4 times and finally got on my 4th time. The most surreal moment was when we were at the start line and Phil puts his arm up and he goes, "The world is waiting, travel safe." And I teared up at the start line. And as we went on and things started to get better, we actually believed it could happen. And then at this last leg, we looked at each other and we're like, wait a second, we may actually do this. And we were lucky enough to make less mistakes than everybody else on the last day. And that's all that counts.
Because the episode before the last was your first place. And I love that moment with the two of you guys running and looking at the finish line and saying, is it us? Is it us? What was the moment to finally actually finish first? The one first place that actually matters. What was that moment like? You know when you're winning.
I remember we were in our taxi. We're on TV. I remember we were in our taxi and we both watched the show and like talked with our moms the next day or like after, because our families are very big fans. And I remember going in the taxi to the finish line and just thinking, oh my God, my mom's gonna see this. And he said the same thing, my mom is gonna go crazy. And we were both like, it's been a pleasure. Like, we had our ups, we had our downs, but there was a mutual respect. And as we got there, it was just this moment of, I actually said, are Tara and Joey hiding? Like, I didn't think we had it.
You thought it was Tara and Joey?
We knew we had it because we knew we nailed the memory challenge. But there's a little part of my brain that was like, where are they? Like, we can't be first. Like, that's not possible. And then we were first. Like, we knew we weren't the strongest, we weren't the fastest, but the memory stuff and the mental challenges, those were ours. Like, I have an audiographic memory. Scott and I worked very, we studied. We stayed up on that last flight, studied every roadblock, every detour, every place we finished, every greeter at every location, every flag. We studied everything so that when we got to that challenge, we were just able to rattle it off. And when we got there, it said, tell us what place you came in. And I looked at him and I said, 46676543421. Like, I just knew it off the top of my head. And we went in and took it home.
Was this the season of the physical challenge, or was this the season of the social strategies, the mental challenges?
I mean, probably a little bit both. I think it was a very physical season. Production told us it was a very physical season. But I don't think I appreciated how physical all the previous seasons were. This is hard. But Scott and I knew that we wanted to play a very social game. We needed the other teams to be comfortable with us so that they wouldn't want to use turn us. And we knew that when we got to the more artistic tasks, the tasks that required dexterity, the mental tasks, that's where we would shine. And if we made it long enough, that's what we would need to do. So, and we did.
That's amazing. Congratulations. You're so happy right now. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. There was one moment in one episode where you said, this is not how it's going to end. Do you remember that moment? It was with the mannequins. And in my heart, I was like, you did not just put that energy out there. You did not just say that. I am so glad that's not where it ended.
I remember yelling at a stop sign. We ran into a stop sign and I was like, no. Like I was yelling at inanimate objects. I don't even know what was happening. It was 100 and some odd degrees. We were hot, we were tired. That was probably our worst day as a team on the race. And we wanted to claw each other's eyes out. But the good thing about Scott and I are when we get to the task, we'll argue on our way somewhere. But when we get there, we put it aside, we'll hug it out, and we'll get it done. And that's really, as dysfunctional as it looked on television, it worked itself out nicely.
Are you glad Scott was your partner?
Of course, we won. I can't imagine anybody else in that group having been my partner. I mean, you can think about it, but this pairing worked. As weird as it was, it worked. And so I'm grateful for the experience.
And going into the one season where you guys weren't friends, weren't cousins, weren't brother and sister, do you see this friendship lasting?
Oh, of course. We have a trip planned in July. We're going to London and Amsterdam and Belgium. Like, we'll travel together for the rest of our lives.
That's friends for life.
Yeah, friends for life. Yeah, easily.
I love it. Well, enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yay, congratulations.